Hello my little beauties. In this video we're going to go over PayPal IPN payment validation. Is that what we're calling it? I think it is. Instant payment notification validation. Okay, so here's the vibe. When people make payments, we post stuff to PayPal, they post stuff back to us, blah 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 blah. The question is, how do we know that everything is cool in the gang? How do we know that those variables coming in are actually from PayPal? Well, there's a system for doing this, and it goes something like this. When PayPal posts the stuff to us, right, what we basically say to PayPal, and I'll do it like we're talking, right? We say to PayPal, hey PayPal, hello PayPal, hello, yes PayPal, can I ask a quick question? PayPal, have you just posted this stuff to us? And if PayPal goes, yes I have, then we know that everything is cool, okay? So if I use this plectrum as an example, PayPal posts the variables. Here are the variables, this guitar plectrum. We go, hey PayPal, did you give us this? Post it back, and PayPal says, yeah, we gave you that. That is our 100% reassurance that everything is cool, and that's what we're going to build today, okay? Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing this, but the concept is pretty much the same either way. One way that you can do this is by using a thing called FSOC Open, okay? And the vibe kind of goes like this. Now, imagine that PayPal, this is the PayPal user guide, right? I'm just giving you the Reader's Digest version. Imagine that PayPal has just posted some variables back to your website, okay? The very first thing that we need to do is send out a header 200, okay? Just send that out and let PayPal know that everything is cool, okay? That everything is cool. That's the vibe, and we spoke about headers in the last video, okay? I have read that if you don't have a header 200 going out, that PayPal can just keep on sending those posted variables over and over and over again, which is uncool. So that's step one. It's the header thing. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling kind of crazy. I'm going to open up our PayPal controller. I'm going to go to the IPN listener here, and right at the top of the IPN listener, let's just chuck in that header code here, okay? So there it is. There's what it looks like. Hello, okay? I'll do a little comment here. Let PayPal know that all is well. So that 200 header tells PayPal everything is cool. So I'll save that. Back to the notes now. The next vibe is we build up a big string of information. Now it starts off, they're using a variable called REQ here, and I think that's supposed to stand for request. And it starts off with a thing called CMD blah blah blah, and then they loop through the posted variables and they build up a big string, okay? And then they add some header stuff to this thing that they're going to be sending over, right? And then they open a connection. They open what's called a socket using a thing called FSOC Open, and they send the information across, right? Now, basically what's going on here is the vibe is that when they've sent this across, they are looking for a response back from PayPal that hopefully says verified. And if that comes in, then everything is cool. Now, that's the FSOC Open method, okay? That is the FSOC Open method. There you can see the vibe here, okay, in full formation. But there's another way of doing this which I actually prefer, and that is to do a curl request, okay? So that's your other vibe, and the concept is pretty much exactly the same. I happen to think the code's a bit neater. We went over curl stuff in the last video, right? So it's the same kind of idea. And the vibe is we take the posted variables from PayPal, we build that into a string of information, we send it back to PayPal, and hopefully we'll have a nice positive response that says verified. It's either going to say verified or invalid, okay? And of course, the code is kind of different from the code that we had in the last video. But hey, who cares? We can just copy this stuff here from this site. And I'll give you the URL in case you want this, right? So I'm just going to copy this code here with all of the curl vibes. Yes, indeed. There we go. I've just copied that. And I'm going to chuck this straight into the IPN immediately underneath that header, right? Here we go. Okay, so it all looks a bit shambolic, but if we tab in, then maybe, just maybe, we can get away with this stuff. So that's going to post a bunch of stuff to PayPal, right? Okay, now listen, do yourself a favor, please take a break for 2 minutes, just watch the screen, do not type, just watch the screen, okay? Have a little break. I want to show you what this actually does. I'm going to isolate this thing just so that you can see what's happening. And we'll make a thing called curl_test, okay, on the PayPal thing. I encourage you just to watch, really. There's no point in typing, you know. So you can see what that's doing. It's taking in posted data, it's sending it back to PayPal using the curl vibes, okay? Now, if we go to the user guide thing, where on earth is it? This is it here, okay? There is a little section here that takes a response in from PayPal, okay? So I'm going to add that in just after we have closed the curl connection. And you can see what this is doing. It's searching the response to see if the response contains verified or if the response contains invalid. Now, check this out. If I go echo res and then a die statement, well, I'd like you to see some very cool stuff, because if we go to PayPal/curl test, right? Curl test, you'll see that we have a response of invalid. Okay, so it has taken some variables, or it has tried to take some posted variables, built that into a big string, it sent it to PayPal, folks, and it got the response invalid. Okay, just to show you how this works again, just so that we're very, very clear, if I say something like data name equals David, data city equals Glasgow, data age equals 900, okay, so it's just some normal variables. And if we were to say something like for each data as key is variable, now check this, I'm going to build up a big string, okay, or a data string, let's call it, right? So the data string is empty. If we loop through these variables and we say that data string also equals, and we're going to say something like key equals value, and then I'm going to add an ampersand in, like so. Okay, so if we echo the data string, forget everything that's going on underneath this, but if we echo this data string out, what do you think we're going to get here? Yes, we're going to have a string that looks something like that. Can you handle the vibe? So all this is doing is it's exploding this, right? Which means break up all of the little parts here and break them up wherever you see this ampersand thing. So again, if we run this, you'll see, one moment, sorry, I was exploding the wrong thing. It would be data string, right? So here we go. And as you can see, it's posted the stuff and PayPal has responded with invalid. And of course it's invalid. Look, it's just me making up some random stuff. What did you expect? But at least now you know how this stuff works, okay? So how are we going to use this? Well, as you can see, I've added the header to the top here. I've added the curl vibes here. Okay, now let me get that response thing in, because that's kind of important here. So let me just copy this stuff and we'll chuck that around about here. Okay, and the vibe is that if everything is cool, then we're going to do the insert like so. Okay, so this cool stuff here is now inside an if statement. Can you handle that? Does that make things more clear? Okay, so we are now only going ahead, we're now only doing a PayPal insert if we have a verified response from PayPal. Okay, so let me upload this to the web and we'll give this a try. Okay folks, so I'm on the live website here and I'm about to go to PayPal. As usual, pardon me if I have to hide the screen and whatnot at various stages of the process here, but here we go. We're now heading to PayPal. Okay. And we can see that the cost is 2 pence. That's good, everything looks fine. I just need to now find my PayPal password and log in. Okay, so I'm just logging in here as the buyer, and I'm going to press pay now. Actually, before I press pay now, let me go to the live database and do select all from PayPal. You'll see that there are 4 records so far, right? This is just from previous tests and whatnot. So we have 4, okay? Now I'm going to jump onto PayPal and hit the pay now button, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's saying that we paid 2 pence. Let's go to the database and do run. Ah, there we go. Do you see how it changed to 5? Took a few seconds, mind you, but it changed to 5, right? That means that all of our IPN validation is working and everything is fantastic. If you heard that noise there, by the way, I don't know if you did, that was my mobile phone sending me a confirmation as well. So everything looks good, and there you go. Okay.